Going to our next colony here. This one looks a little bit smaller. As you can see, not as much of the patty's been eaten, but they're still nibbling away at it. So we'll go down and take a look to see what's going on. One of the reasons why I pack my patties in wax paper and 1 pound envelopes like that is because when I come back and do my work, I want to be able to take the patty off like this, do my work and put it back on. Just something specific I do. One thing about supplement feeding, I find when I'm looking for a supplement, I'm looking for something that will translate directly into the brood nest. Okay, I'm not interested in feeding sugar patties where they're going to eat that patty regardless if they have a demand for protein or not. I don't want that. I want a patty that's available, that gives them all the protein and the vitamins and minerals, all the supplements they need to be able to establish that nest. If they want it, they'll take it. If they don't use it, then they'll just leave it. Because I don't want to be putting on sugar patties and have to come back every time spending money on them if they're not going to use it. Just like animals, when you're feeding them a supplement, you got to make sure they're actually digesting and using the product. So I don't want these bees to consume it and just go shit it out somewhere else. I want them to consume the patty, digest it, and translate it into the brood nest. Okay? So when I'm feeding these bees and I'm seeing big nests like this one that's absolutely devoured the patty and it has a real active young brood nest in there, I'm looking at a translation of the supplement into the brood nest. I'm looking into here and I'm noticing there's not as much eaten here. They've probably consumed 2/3 of it. There's not a lot left on this patty. There's probably a smaller brood nest here, which is good because they're just not eating it and kicking it out the front. So that's the way I look at my supplements. Half-assed brood nest. This side's full of eggs. I've just gone through a hatch. So here's looks like a spotty brood pattern, right? So the cap brood, and then all the empty cells, the hatch cells, have eggs and larvae in them already. Same on this side. It looks really irregular, but not necessarily a problem. This frame is obviously just hatched and she's come through and she's laid it again. So this would be one of the first frames that would have been laid out of the shed. Right out of the shed, they're kind of hit and miss as they go around. So those ones have hatched and she's filling them in. These ones have been laid just a little bit later. They're about to hatch. This side is right full of eggs, right full of larvae. You can't see it, but every cell is very uniform. So she's bringing back the uniformity to her nest. It's a little bit smaller. These guys are probably counting only 2 frames of brood. 1.5 to 2. She's on this frame. I've seen her. Oh, there she is. Always hiding way at the end. Right there, nice looking queen. Nothing there. So what I'm going to do to these guys is I want to give them a boost. So I'll probably give these guys a 2-frame boost. And what I do then is spare 2 frames. Okay, so I want to add 2 frames of brood to this colony for a boost. So what I do is I just take 2 frames out. And this is how I represent my 2-frame boost. Close them up for the time being so they don't chill. And then I go on to my next colony, hopefully to find 2 frames to be able to salvage and drop into this colony.